Hello everyone, it's Pixo, your French tier list fan, and welcome for another tier list video about the artifacts of Heroes of Might and Magic 1. Quick reminder, as always, this tier list is 100% personal. It's based on my own experience, my feelings after spending hundreds of hours of gaming, especially during my childhood. Whether you agree or completely disagree with my rankings, don't hesitate to share your opinions in the comments. That's what matters the most, and passionate debates are the art of the Heroes community. If you enjoy my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. It's super encouraging for me. Alright, let's get started! Woo! A quick little introduction before we dive into this tier list. We are at the very down of the artifact system in Heroes series. Everything is yet to be defined, so naturally this ranking will be very basic compared to the complexity of later games which introduced secondary skills, mana management, and who knows what else. There are 38 artifacts to rank in total, each hero has 14 artifact slots, and there are 4 ways to acquire artifacts. First, you can get them by visiting certain locations, like the Demon Cave for instance, by picking them up on adventure map, often at cost, whether it's a fight against neutral creatures or just paying resources. You can have them by transferring them from one hero to another hero. You can loot them from a defeated hero. Unlike later games from Heroes 3 onward, artifacts here can be equipped in any slot. Yes, that means you can rock free shields, free X's or whatever, as long as you manage to collect them, no slot restrictions, okay? But do beware of the inventory system. If your hero's inventory is full and you try to pick up an artifact from the map, you get a message telling you it's impossible, fair enough. But if you obtain an artifact by visiting a location, like a graveyard, the game tells you that you have acquired an item, you have acquired that item, except you haven't! You just haven't. It vanishes into the void, poof, gone forever. Well played game, dude. So, another caution, if you defeat a hero loaded with artifacts, but your own inventory is full, the game tells you that you have recovered them, but surprise, you just haven't. The defeated hero keeps them. And if that hero is later hide back at the tavern of your turn, jackpot! They return with every artifact you couldn't steal. So, managing your artifact is crucial. You need to make smart choices and maybe even keep a trash hero nearby to free up spaces and snatch loot from fallen enemies. Of course, there are some exceptions, but I will cover them in the tier list to avoid making this intro too long, even though it's necessary to understand how artifact works in this game. Alright, enough talking and let's go into this tier list. Let's start with the big guns. The Spellbook, a one-of-a-kind artifact, not just in its function, but in its entire concept. It's the essential item required to cast spell in this game. Warlocks and sorceress start with it by default. Knights and barbarians, tough luck! They have to buy it from a mage guild for 500 gold. You cannot transfer it or loot it from a defeated hero. You only have to get it, okay? And here is the thing. Spells are absolutely crucial in Heroes 1. They heavily influence the outcome of battles, and even might-based heroes will struggle without it. So honestly, it's a S tier. It's really a S tier. It's an obvious S tier. You want to cast spells, no spellbook, no discussion, you must have it. Okay? Okay. Now let's go to the giant Flail of Dominion, our first attack artifact on the tier list. This weapon gives you +1 attack. Not bad, but let's break it down. I've said it many times in my videos, stats in Heroes 1 are extremely impactful, and attack is king of the statistics. Why? Best defense? More attack, higher attack, better damage scaling across all your creatures, and the first strike can make all the difference. So, any artifact boosting attack will be very solid in the tier list. But +1 attack is not game-breaking good. I would say it's a B+ tier. It's like you are very happy to have it, but it's not a A tier, you know? A tier is very good. Okay, now we dive to the first mobility artifact, and let's talk about movement at sea. It's the Sailor Astrolabe of Mobility. Ooh, you can hear the waves of the sea. This grants +10 movement points, but only at sea. So, sure, it's the best sea movement artifact in the game, but let's be real, naval movement has never been a major focus in the series. In Heroes 1, it's even less relevant. There are no sea treasures to collect in the sea. Boarding and disembarking cost an entire turn, making sea travel even less appealing. Unless you have a heavily naval-focused map, you won't be rushing to grab this item, even when it's useful. It's far from being essential. Honestly, I'm not happy when I see this in my inventory on the adventure map. So it will be a C-, C- or D tier. I don't like this item. I might maybe reconsider this later. Maybe you won't agree because it's movement, but it's like garbage for me. It's very trash in Heroes 1. I do precise. In Heroes 1. In Heroes 1, for me, it's a D tier. Let's dive into the caster's Bracelet of Magic, the spellcaster's best friend. First spell power artifact in the tier list, and it's actually a solid one. It grants +2 spell power. There's no +1 in Heroes 1. It does increase spell damage, the duration of the spell, always night, but knowledge is better than power in Heroes 1. Why? Because more knowledge, more spellcasting, and that's why you will want. Spell power is more situational. That being said, if you play a powerful warlock or a sorceress, yes, you want this bracelet as soon as possible to make tons of damage on the holy fights. So I would do a B tier, and I think it's just beneath the Flail of Dominion because attack is really more determinant. Finally, the gold generating artifacts are here. The endless bag of gold. Let's talk money. From the very first game, these gold generation artifacts have been a thing. They returned in Heroes 2. In Heroes 3, they could be combined into the Golden Goose, the ultimate cash printing machine. Honestly, I love these artifacts. They always make me smile when I fight them, and in Heroes 1, they are game changers because in Heroes 1, it's really hard to generate gold. So, especially in the early game, you want this item, and to me, the endless bag of gold gives 750 golds per turn. In late game, sure, it loses a bit of impact, but in early game, it's very powerful. If you find this artifact, you rush for it. It's an A++ tier. It's the equivalent of 3 villages in the game, so that's very, very good. It's not the absolute best one, but man, I love it, and I love gold. Okay, let's jump to the first knowledge artifact, and what an item, the foremost scroll of knowledge, +5 knowledge. Wow, this is insane in Heroes 1, it's insane. Knowledge is your spellcasting reservoir, 1 knowledge equals 1 spellcast. Once you run out of spells, you have to return to Mage Guild to relearn them. Oh, and in Heroes 1, you literally have to click on the Mage Guild inside the castle to reload your spell. It's absolute madness. And +5 in knowledge is right away. Right away, this means you can cast way more spell. You don't have to constantly run back to your Mage Guild. Basically, you become a spell slinging machine. So S tier, no question. What an artifact. Just looking at it makes me feel smarter. Even though, yeah, you know. Moving on. Back to the money, the most stylish gold artifact, the Endless Purse of Gold, aka the ultra masculine handbag that generates 500 gold per turn. It's the weakest of the 3 gold producing artifacts in Heroes 1, but let's be honest, it still prints free money every time. In early game, this is amazing. 500 gold, the income of 2 villages, so it's nothing to sneeze at. That being said, it does look like you are strutting down a fashion runway when you equip it. A knight, a barbarian wearing this, instant loss of street credit. So it's a A tier, A minus tier, of course, but it's A tier. Still great, just slightly behind the 750 gold version. And now we move to the first morale boosting artifact, the Medal of Courage, a classic artifact that made its ways into the later games, always granting +1 morale, and you know in Heroes Vanilla version, not Alta version, it even protects you against mind-affecting spell like Berserk, though that's not a thing of Heroes 1. Morale in Heroes 1 works similarly to later games, but since there is no leadership skill, these artifacts are the only way to boost it, except for the knights who get +1 by default. Why is morale so important? When you gain morale, at +12 morale, you get only a 12.5% chance to act twice, okay, a turn, which is kind of nice. But that's not the essential point I'm making right here. At minus morale, -2, -3 morale, it's huge. You can lose up to 25% chance a turn of time. Oh, my English is so bad. You can lose. You have 25% chance to lose a turn, which can literally cost you the game. Also, a very weird quirk of Heroes 1, attack and defense artifact stack. You can equip 3 Flails for a total of 3 attack, but the morale, the luck and the movement artifacts doesn't stack. If you have 2 Medals of Courage, you still get only +1 morale, okay? So that's not a very huge thing, but you have to consider it. It's a very solid artifact. Honestly, it's more valuable than people think. I will rank it B tier, just between the Bracelet and the Flail. Let's move on to another first artifact. We have to rank a type of artifact. We have to rank the first defense artifact of a tier list, and what a beast! What a beast! The Divine Breastplate of Protection, +3 in defense, the strongest regular defense artifact in the game. Now, as I've said before, attack is generally better than defense in Heroes 1. Striking first is king in Heroes 1. More attack, more damage scaling, less retaliation, but +3 defense is no joke. This is a tanky artifact, and when you equip it, you instantly feel safer. So it's an A+ tier, super strong, super reliable, love it. Let's go for a solid A tier. I prefer gold, but I would consider it okay. Okay, I would put it just in between. Okay, I love this item though. But come on, gold. Not many gold, lot of gold. Okay. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Oh boy. Oh boy. Do you hear me? I love this thing. It's a true masterpiece of design. It looks like a miniature fortress with multicolored gem. Honestly, one of the best looking artifacts in the entire series. But does it perform? It's meh. It's B tier. Of course, it's another B tier item because it grants you only +2 spell power, which is decent but not game changing. Still weaker than knowledge artifacts. I love how it looks. So just over the magic bracelet in B tier. Would have been A tier if it packed a bit more punch. But this ring, I love it. Okay, the first luck artifact, and honestly and really not the most aesthetically successful, but beside that, the Gambler's Lucky Coin. Okay, let's go for a refresher of luck mechanics in Heroes 1. Luck can double a stack of units damage, up to 25% chance at max luck, at +3 luck, okay? Just like morale, luck artifacts that don't stack if you have duplicates of the same artifact, but different ones do stack, okay? Now, luck items, I think they kind of meh. You won't chase after them, but if you find one, you are not like sad. Relying on RNG is never ideal, and there is no minus luck, so it's more of a nice to have than a must have. So it's C tier. We take it if we can find it and take it very easily, but we are not real to have it. Now we move to the one and only cursed artifact of the entire Heroes 1 game. The Fizbin of... Fizbin? How do you see it in English? The Fizbin of Misfortune. The only cursed artifact in Heroes 1, as I said before. More appear in Heroes 2, by the way. This thing gives -2 morale, so naturally you don't want to equip this. It's a low D tier, but of course, wait, you will tell me, hey, Pixo, there is a strategy with this artifact, you know, the Suicide Scout Gambit. You equip this on a disposable scout, you have to collect it with a scout, you send scout to suicide into an enemy hero. Of course, you want to reach the main enemy hero, and boom, the enemy inherits the debuff as long as he got spaces in his inventory. So now, when you attack with your main hero, your opponent has a major morale penalty. The problem is that in Heroes 1, you have to obtain it directly on the scout, like I said before, because you can't trade it, okay? So beware, if you have it in your main hero, you're screwed. It's over. You lose -2 morale, so it's a big deal. So it's an easy D tier to equip this item. You just don't want to get it, but it could be like a B+ or an A tier for a very niche strategy. Okay, now we move to another knowledge artifact, the major scroll of knowledge, +3 knowledge, very solid, not game breaking. More knowledge equals more spells before needing to recharge. Not quite supreme scroll level, but still super valuable. So I think it's in A tier, and I will put it right here. I prefer gold. Okay, now let's put it... Okay, let's put it just there. I think it's its right place. Okay, now we move to the Traveler's Boot of Mobility, the first item of mobility on Earth. +3 movement points, the minimum of mobility artifact, but still great. These boots give you that wandering minstrel aesthetic, which I actually prefer than the Nomad boots we'll see later. Movement is king in Heroes 1 and in all Heroes series, so naturally we rank them high, even if it's not the best one. I would put it in A++ tier. Movement is really important in the game. It's not that OP, but it's very good. And I make the decision to put it just upper than the Artifact of Gold generation. So it's a nice one for me. I love this item. Let's move to the super superior scroll of knowledge, the +4 knowledge artifact. Nah, that's a serious business. Almost as strong as the Supreme Scroll, but just a notch below. You rush to grab this if you see it on the map, especially in the early game. It's a S A++ tier. I would put it in S- tier. No, A++ tier. It's really game changing, but not that OP. And also, I always think this thought ice as a kid. Looks like a frozen roll. It's not roll. Anyway, A+, it is. Oh, look at me. Look at me straight in the eye. I love the look of this item. I don't know why. It's the Dragon Sword of Dominion. Now we are talking +3 attack, the maximum possible for a standard artifact. This is insanely good. Attack is really one of the most important stats in the game, in my opinion. Finding this early is a massive attack boost. Absolute priority if you spot it. S- tier, no question asked. It's a solid S- tier. Not a S+ tier, not a S tier, but really in between A++ tier and S- tier. I love this item. Mwah. Okay, let's move to the Rabbit's Foot, another luck item. Honestly, not exciting one. Luck item, don't feel impactful enough to chase after them, but at least it looks better than the lucky coin, so I would put it before the... I would put it there. It's easier for me. I'm sorry. Now we move to the Armored Gauntlet of Protection. Simple but very effective. +1 defense. Nothing flashy here, but always welcome. Not game changing, but it's never bad to have it. A little extra bulk is always nice in a battle. It's a B tier, I think. A B tier. Let's put it right here. Not game breaking, but still very good. Now we move to the Middle of Distinction. Another morale boost, always +1 morale, just like the Medal of Courage. Same function, same power, just a different name. I personally prefer the Medal of Courage aesthetically, so I will put it right here. I think this green emerald thing is not top-notch looking. It's a B tier. It goes right alongside its courageous twin. We have to take a break. Because, behold, the first ultimate artifact, the ultimate Sword of Dominion. Boom, baby! +12 attack. Yes, you hear me. +12 attack. Let's just take a second to bask in its glory. Just reading the name makes you want to kneel for an instant knighthood ceremony. The golden background, the insane power, the majestic design. You get this, you win with this artifact, period. It's an S+++ tier. This masterpiece is an instant game changer. If you find it, you are the chosen one. You win the game. Like, you cannot lose with this. It's impossible. Or you are very, very weak. Just a little reminder on how ultimate artifacts work in Heroes 1. I think it's an interesting fact that it's only obtainable by digging at the puzzle map location known from obelisks. It cannot be looted from a defeated heroes. They just vanish if you expect to acquire them from it. It's no deal. Impossible. So, if you get this precious thing, you do not lose the hero holding it, or it will be gone forever. Next up, we stay in the monster artifact, and we got the ultimate Cloak of Protection, the +12 defense, aka I'm invincible. And it's absolutely insane artifact besides his weird look. What is this yellow bird, to be honest? If you know something about this yellow bird, just leave a comment, please, because I'm an ignorant. I don't understand why did they put this thing. But here, if you find this, you are just like tankier than the King of Dwarf in Plate Anymore. You deserve a S+ tier. You are just behind the ultimate sword of Dominion, but you are amazing, dude. Amazing artifact. Now we jump into another military medal. It's the Medal of Valor, +1 morale. Okay, there is a lot of gold on this one, so I put it just up right here. I love the design. You are always happy to find this. You love gold. You love the B Solitaire. Okay, let's go into a slightly unique item in this game. And wait, what? A ballista that doesn't boost ballistas? That doesn't boost archery? That doesn't boost range units? No! You got the Ballista of Swiftness, and this is the only artifact that affects sieges. But not how do you expect it. This artifact doesn't buff range attacks. Instead of it, it makes your catapult fire twice. It's meh. It's useful, but it won't revolutionize your game. Yes, breaking wall faster is not useless. It can help ranged troops, but still, it's a C tier. It's a C tier. It's a C- tier. It's not total trash. It's not D tier, but it's really underwhelming. Another luck item, the Lucky Clover. Same effect as the other luck artifacts in Heroes 1. Since I am a March baby, I'm born in March, so I'm partial to Clovers because of Saint Patrick. And I love beer, like all Heroes lovers. It's above the others, but it's still a C tier for me. And now we move to the strong attack artifact, the Power Axe of Dominion, +2 attack. Always great to have it. You will be happy to find it early, but not as game-breaking as the big weapons. It's an A tier, a solid A tier. I mean, it's +2 attack. Let's put it in front of the Breastplate. I think it's a great place. It's not mind-blowing, but it's really good. And I don't like the look of the artifact. I think they could have done better. Now we move to the Minotaurs. No, the Nomad boots. Okay, Minotaurs, give me your boots, and I got +6 movement on land, the best land movement items in the entire game. You want these as soon as possible to zoom across the map. It's an easy S tier, and I think I will put it just in front of the Scroll of Knowledge because, yes, it's a must-have item for breaking the map until you get that dimension door. We move to the rich Broach of Magic. The +3 spell power, not amazing, but still really nice for a spellcaster. It looks actually pretty cool. It's good, but not very, very groundbreaking item. Not top tier. It's an A tier. It does look good, but I will put it in, low A tier. You go. Yes, I think it's place. Time to talk about this helmet. Look at this helmet. Okay, you know what? It's a helmet. It's the Defender's Helm of Protection. It gives you +1 defense. Not amazing, but here's the kicker. Did you ever notice the dog on top? I didn't. I never noticed the dog on top until now. 30 years of playing, and I only just realized it has a golden dog sticking its tongue out of it. Anyway, it's nice, but nothing crazy. It's a B tier. It's a B tier. It's a +1, so here. I think it's this place. Now you got the Shield of Stealthy Protection. There you got +2 defense. It's solid, reliable, nothing fancy, but it's a A-, and a A- goes, just here. I think it's not that great, but still very solid. Now we move to the Minor Knowledge Scroll. +2 in knowledge, the smallest knowledge boost. Nice early game, really kind of melee game. If your inventory is full, you might skip it actually. It's a B tier, it's a good B tier. It's situationally useful, but not a must-have. I would put it right here. I think it's right here. Yes, I think it's this place. Tell me what you think in the comments, of course. Now we move to the ultimate magic wand. Woo! +12 spell power. Boom, boom, baby. Magicians have an orgasm just looking at it. This turns you into a spell-flinging god machine. It's an S tier, of course. It's amazing to have it. So let's put it... oh, yeah. Yeah. It's amazing to get it. I mean... okay. I will put it there because I don't think it's that game-changing, but still very cool. Now we're back to the gold. This one is huge. This one is massive. It's the endless sack of gold. Plus 1000 gold per turn. AKA, I am the economy. This is literally the income of a full castle or a gold mine. It's just crack OP in this game. It's a solid S tier. You need money to win the game. So I would put it right there. Yes, I do love this item. It's so useful. Gives you so much tempo, so much game-breaking artifact. Yes. Okay. Solid S tier. Very solid. And the last, but not least, ultimate artifact of this game, the ultimate book of knowledge. +12 knowledge. Infinite spell. Look at this masterpiece of design. You need this in your real library, in your house. It's an easy S tier, and I will put it right there. Maybe, no, right there. It's not that powerful compared to the defense, but it's really nice to have it. And now we get the Arcane Necklace of Magic. +4 spell power, the strongest non-ultimate spell power item in the game. Super strong, but disappointing design-wise. Honestly, it doesn't look as cool as it should be. It's an A tier. It's an amazing artifact, but underwhelming aesthetics, and I would put it right here. I think it's better than the less gold you can have. It can be game-changing if you got a Warlock or Sorceress, but that's not that OP. Okay, let's go for it. And now we move to another stylish luck artifact. It's still a artifact of luck. It's the golden horseshoe. Your horse will look even better, so it's a nice one. Luck isn't that exciting, but I do like the design, so it's a C tier, and it's a good C tier. Now we got the ultimate compass, the true compass of mobility, +5 movement on land and sea. It's super versatile. It's the Swiss Army knife for movement. If you find this, you are zooming across the entire map, even in water. It's a solid S tier. I think it deserves this place. Okay. And now we got the most disappointing weapon name. You got the Thunder Mace of Dominion. It sounds insane. It sounds very insane, but it's only +1 attack. So that's not very great. +1 attack deserve this place, I think. Oh! And it looks like you have it like on both ends, like, hey, I've got the mace, I got the flail, what do you want from me? Oh, okay. And final thoughts on middle to end this tier list. Hey, developers, stop giving us identical medals, please. Seriously. Couldn't we have a slightly different morale boost, like +2 or minus morale? No. Anyway, You have a Fizbin for it, but it's always another +1 moral medal, so it lands with their copy past item, you know. So it's not the best one. I would put it there, and of course not around here. Okay, and I think it's the right place. And that's it. What a list! Tell me if you agree, or if some rankings needs a serious rethink. Just don't hesitate. This is the end of the tier list. Do you notice that there is a few artifacts that are actually very bad in this episode? You are really going to want them. They got a major impact in your progression. So yeah, big deal, definitely. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, just like and subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback and opinions are always welcome for me. So see you in the next video. Bye bye!